Not long ago, having one full-time job in America was enough to build a stable life. People could pay rent, afford groceries, raise families, and even save for the future. But today, millions of Americans are working second jobs, driving for delivery apps at night, freelancing online, selling products from home, or starting side hustles just to survive financially. So what changed? Why are side hustles suddenly everywhere in America? Is this really about freedom and entrepreneurship, or is it actually a warning sign about the modern economy? In today's video, we're uncovering the real reason side hustles exploded across the United States and what it reveals about financial life in America today. Welcome back to the Dollar Pilot. Today we're talking about one of the biggest economic and cultural shifts happening in America right now, the explosion of side hustles. Over the past few years, side hustles have gone from being a small trend to becoming part of everyday American life. Millions of people now drive for rideshare apps, deliver food, sell products online, freelance remotely, trade stocks, create social media content, rent out property, or run online businesses after finishing their regular jobs. For many Americans, one source of income simply no longer feels enough. And the reasons behind this trend reveal a lot about the modern U.S. economy. The biggest reason side hustles exploded is simple. The cost of living rose faster than many people's incomes. Across America, rent prices increased dramatically. Grocery bills became more expensive. Healthcare costs surged. Car insurance rose. Gas prices fluctuated heavily. Childcare became incredibly expensive. And everyday essentials started consuming larger portions of household income. Meanwhile, many wages failed to keep up. Even Americans with decent salaries often began feeling financially squeezed. This created a new reality. People needed extra income just to maintain financial stability. And for younger Americans especially, side hustles became less of a luxury and more of a survival strategy. Another major factor is technology. The internet completely changed how Americans earn money. In previous generations, starting a second business often required large investments, physical stores, or complicated business setups. Today, almost anyone with a smartphone and internet connection can start earning money online. People can sell products through e-commerce platforms, offer freelance services, monetize social media, drive for gig economy apps, or build digital businesses from home. Technology lowered the barrier to earning additional income, and social media accelerated the trend even more. Every day, Americans see influencers talking about multiple income streams, financial freedom, passive income, entrepreneurship, and side hustle culture. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and online business communities constantly promote stories about people escaping traditional jobs through side income. For some people, these stories are inspiring, but for others, they create pressure. Many Americans now feel like working one job means falling behind financially. The rise of economic anxiety also played a huge role. Over the past several years, Americans experienced inflation, layoffs, recession fears, rising debt, and economic uncertainty. Millions of workers realized how fragile financial stability can be. One unexpected emergency, a medical bill, car repair, job loss, or rent increase could suddenly create major financial stress. As a result, many Americans started building backup income sources for protection. And perhaps the most important psychological shift is this: Americans no longer fully trust long-term job security. Previous generations often stayed with one company for decades. Stable careers and pensions were more common. Today, layoffs can happen very quickly. Entire industries can change rapidly because of automation, artificial intelligence, outsourcing, and economic downturns. Many workers now believe depending on only one paycheck is financially dangerous. This mindset pushed millions towards side hustles. The gig economy also transformed American work culture. Companies like rideshare apps, food delivery services, freelance marketplaces, and remote work platforms made flexible earning easier than ever before. People can now work additional hours whenever they want. But this flexibility comes with trade-offs. Many gig workers do not receive traditional benefits like healthcare, retirement plans, paid vacation, or job security. This means some Americans are technically earning more while still feeling financially unstable. Another hidden reason side hustles exploded is debt. Student loans, credit card balances, car payments, mortgages, and rising living expenses forced many households to search for extra income. For millions of Americans, side hustles became necessary to stay ahead of bills and debt payments, and younger generations feel this pressure heavily. Millennials and Gen Z entered adulthood during periods of rising housing costs, high tuition, inflation, and economic uncertainty. Home ownership became harder to afford. Retirement feels increasingly expensive. Many young Americans feel like traditional financial milestones are moving further away. So instead of relying only on traditional careers, they look for alternative income opportunities. But here's something important many people don't talk about. Not all side hustles are creating wealth. Some side hustles genuinely help people build businesses, investments, and long-term financial independence. Others simply help people survive rising living costs temporarily. There's a big difference between building wealth and constantly working extra hours just to stay financially afloat. This is why burnout is becoming a growing problem in America. Many people now work full-time jobs while managing side hustles during evenings and weekends. Over time, this creates exhaustion, stress, and lack of work-life balance. And despite working harder, many households still struggle financially. Another interesting shift is how Americans now define success. For decades, success often meant stable employment at large companies. Today, many people value flexibility, independence, remote work, and self-employment more than traditional corporate careers. The pandemic accelerated this shift dramatically. Millions of Americans realized they wanted more control over their time, income, and lifestyle. This pushed even more people towards side businesses and online income streams. Artificial intelligence is also beginning to affect the future of side hustles. AI tools now help Americans create content, automate businesses, manage online stores, edit videos, write marketing materials, and build digital income faster than before. At the same time, AI also creates fears about future job replacement. This uncertainty motivates many workers to diversify income sources even further. Now here's the big question. Are side hustles a sign of economic opportunity or economic stress? The truth is, they are both. America still offers enormous opportunity for entrepreneurship, innovation, and wealth creation. Many successful businesses started as small side hustles, but at the same time, the explosion of second jobs also reflects growing financial pressure across the country. When millions of people feel they need extra income just to feel secure, that says something important about the economy. At The Dollar Pilot, we believe understanding these economic shifts is critical because side hustles are no longer just a trend. They are becoming part of modern American survival, financial planning, and career strategy. The truth is, Americans are adapting to an economy that feels more expensive, more uncertain, and more competitive than previous generations experienced. And until wages, housing affordability, debt levels, and living costs become more manageable, side hustle culture will likely continue growing across the United States. Stay informed, stay disciplined, and remember, financial freedom is not just about earning more money, it's about building stability, flexibility, and control over your future.